representative. By being here, he is on the right side of history. I also specifically want to give a heartfelt thank you to our incredible May Day movement volunteers. Since May 1st, you have been the heartbeat of this 24/7 grassroots movement, showing up day after day, in the heat, in the rain, in the middle of the night, with courage, creativity, and commitment. This also includes our remote volunteers. Please give a massive round of applause for these hardworking pro-impeachment volunteers. I also want to acknowledge just a few of our partner organizations: Free Speech for People, the Women's March, 14th Now, American Opposition, and especially Citizens Impeachment and 5051 DC, who are in attendance today. Let's give it up for them too. If you are joining us here now for the first time, your presence matters. Your voice matters. And we want to acknowledge there is an increased risk of being here in our nation's capital today. Standing in opposition to the Trump regime is a conscious decision. It's a sacrifice, a citizen sacrifice to be here today. So thank you, thank you. But together, we are building the pressure needed to defend our democracy through the only legal and peaceful way left, which is impeaching, convicting, and removing the tyrant Donald John Trump from office. In fact, we have a major announcement. Jessica Denson, our friend and outspoken advocate of impeachment who stood here on this stage last week, has just launched the Removal Coalition, a massive movement of like-minded organizations and citizens throughout the country that will be instrumental in demanding Congress to remove Trump. Let's hear it for Jessica. We started in April with zero, let me repeat that, 0 members of Congress, including Democrats, not even publicly acknowledging or supporting impeachment. Now, we have 15 members of Congress willing to do so, and I have a very, very good feeling that we will get that number to 16 very shortly. Did I mention Rep. Eric Swalwell will be attending today? But first, we are honored to be joined by someone who has spent her career holding government officials accountable to the law and to the Constitution. She is a respected government accountability lawyer, a powerful voice for justice, and someone who understands that impeachment is not just a political tool, it's a constitutional obligation. An obligation by every member of Congress to use every single tool at their disposal to remove that tyrant from office. Please join me in welcoming fellow May Day movement volunteer, Hannah Marthin. Let's give it up for Hannah. Let's give it up for Hannah, everyone.
Hey y'all, welcome to the May Day Movement Impeachment Action Center. We are not just a protest. We are not just a group of people who have a cause that we share and we talk about. We are here talking for you, helping you get your voice into the halls of power. And that is what needs to happen, because we know that what you want is impeachment and removal. We know that what you want is to take your country back from the children and give it to the grown-ups. This is not a grown-up sitting in the White House. This is not a person who deserves authority over life and death decisions. This is kind of a sad, pathetic little man. Honestly, if he were not destroying so many things and so many lives that I care about and you care about, I would feel sorry for him. Think about what he's doing today. Think about why today in particular is so high risk for us to be out here. He is so, even as the leader of the free world, he is so unsure of himself that he needs a big boy party down in the nation's capital with all the tanks and all the guns and all the people in uniforms that he can find to make him feel what? More important? My man, you're not going to get there if you haven't done it yet. I've just got some bad news. So if you want somebody in that office who deserves to be there, if you want somebody in that office who cares about what happens after they're gone, not just what happens to their wallet while they're there, we must impeach, convict, and remove Donald Trump.
That's right!
So here's what we're doing about it and what we want your help with. We are trying to convince senators and congresspeople that this is our only shot. What you guys already know, they don't yet grasp fully. They think maybe the midterms will save us. Do y'all think the midterms are going to save us? No! Do y'all think that's fast enough? No! How many more people are going to get disappeared? How many more people are going to die because of avoidable, illegal choices made by this administration between now and 2026? Anyone want to take a guess?
Too many.
Too many. One is too many. One more, we are not going to have it. So, we are being joined today by two people that are definitely here for this cause and are representing some of the people that are being harmed the most. One is Mr. Lewis Bracie. Mr. Bracie is here because he is a DC guy, born and bred. He cares about this town and the people of this town who are working hard, our federal government workers who are working hard to try to execute the things that our representatives in Congress have voted to be done. Actual laws. I know that the administration likes to think that creating a Department of Education doesn't actually mean you have to staff it. Does that make sense? Do you think that's how laws work? Because I don't, and that's all I do. So I am really, really excited to hear from Mr. Bracie, and I'm really, really excited to hear from Representative Swalwell. But most of all, I am really excited to hear from each of you as you tell your reps, as you tell your senators, it is time to move. It is not time to wait for a big one. It is not time to sit and wait for the people to lead. The people are already the ones suffering the consequences. They need their leaders to act like it. They need their leaders to rise to the occasion. And so, we are trying to tell them to do that, and we want your help. May Day movement every day is getting signatures from people on declarations of support for impeachment. Every day is giving out postcards that we mail in or deliver in person to your legislators. But we can't send what we don't have. So, go to our website, Mayday Movement USA, find our declaration, print it out, get everybody you know to sign one, and mail it to us. Get everybody you know to tell their representatives, your representatives, what the right thing to do is, because clearly they aren't doing it by themselves, and we don't have any time to wait. All right, that's enough for me. I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Bracie, and I cannot wait to hear what he has to say. Thank y'all.
Let's give it up for Mr. Bracie one more time. Let's welcome him. Big welcome.
First thing, I'd like to thank each and every one of you. I want you to give yourself a round of applause for being here first. Just do that first. And I'd like to say, secondly, I am extremely honored, and I'm happy that they let me speak before Eric Swalwell come up here. Because once he speaks, I don't think anybody else will want to speak. I want to say ahead of time, this is one of my personal heroes. He don't know me, he's never met me, but I've sent his campaign money. I have personally sent messages to his office commending him when this man was eating his salad at that midnight session. He was speaking out against the most evil and vicious person who has ever walked into this office. So to be able to speak in front of Mr. Swalwell, I am honored. And I'm not one of those people who's going to be long. And I know y'all know, if you ever been to a black church, you always heard a minister say, I'm not going to be long, right? And when they speak, they end up being long. But anybody who knows me know I like to go to those quick services. You know, those services are like 30 minutes or less. So I want to say that I worked at a national security agency for 28 years. Before that, I was an Army veteran. I bought my badge here. Those 28 years was as a police officer at the National Security Agency. I met many people at that agency. I'm going back to Oliver North. If y'all remember Oliver North, I used to check his stuff when he used to come in. So when I say I know what evil is, I can tell you what evil is. And evil is people like Oliver North. Now we got people like Donald Trump. And that's evil. Right. So I wanted to let y'all know, because I have my badge with me today, because when I leave here, I'm going to be walking through the disgraceful site called a parade, just to walk through. I'm not going to do nothing. But I wore my shirt. Y'all saw my first shirt, my original shirt. But because it's being televised, I want everybody to see this shirt. There you go. And Mr. Swalwell know what these flags mean. Anyone here who served know when the flag is upside down, it means that the country is in distress. I have two flags here. Both of these flags have the name felon on it. The felon is Donald Trump. So for the sake of time, I just want to bring up just a few points as to why we should never stop fighting. One, Donald Trump is bad and he's evil for the country because he's a bad businessman and he's a bad president. He was a failure in all of his businesses, and the businesses that you hear of that's successful is because he is not actually running them. Some of them are ran by agent organizations, and everybody know that. You can check it yourself. Anything that Donald Trump has touched has been a failure. Anything. When his name was based on his father. Donald Trump himself is a horrible businessman and he's a horrible human being. Second is his legislation. His legislation is all designed to benefit rich people. It's not designed to benefit you, me, veterans, or anyone else. That's the second thing that's bad about Donald Trump. The third thing about Donald Trump is that he is and I can have 100 things, but I'm gonna stop at these 3 points. Donald Trump is the most despicable, loathsome, uncouth, unclean, ungodly, unholy, undisciplined human being that this country has ever had in office. So, and like I said, I was given the honor to come here, and I see Ginger right there, Jolly Ginger. I said, no, Jolly Good Ginger. This is another one of my heroes. I've sent him a message yesterday saying, you can be in D.C. anywhere, because anywhere you want to be, I want to be. And he's here, so I'm going to make sure I take a picture with him, because he's my hero also. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I appreciate being here. I appreciate all of you being here. And please, don't ever give up the fight. Thank you very much.
One more time, let's give it up for Mr. Bracie. It's time for our guest of honor, Representative Eric Swalwell, to say a few remarks. He is unbought, he is a liberated Democrat, and we are proud to welcome him here at the Impeachment Action Center. Let's give it up for the Congressman.
Donald Trump is America's Hitler. That's not even what I have said about him. That's what his own vice president called him. His own vice president probably said the harshest words anyone in America has ever said about Donald Trump. No Democrat has even said that. But his own vice president called him America's Hitler. Well, he ain't proven us wrong in these first 150 days. These protests, by the way, they are not only about the unjust arrests of immigrants, otherwise known as our friends and neighbors who came to America in awe of hard work and our freedom. The protests and the bigger fear that has gripped America is a mad king who is attempting to silence those who dissent. And just think about who he has gone after in the last couple of weeks. LaMonica McIver, a first-term congresswoman, indicted for doing her job and showing up at an ICE facility. Hannah Duggan, a circuit court judge in Wisconsin. This past week, California's senior Senator Alex Padilla. And this is probably the most grotesque, a 4-year-old American citizen battling cancer.
Shame!
So somewhere between the 4-year-old American citizen battling cancer who was deported and the senior senator from California who was arrested is the rest of us. If he can go after any of them, he can come after all of us.
That's right.
But let's also talk about who he has freed. 1,600 insurrectionists who violently stormed the Capitol on January 6th, many of whom assaulted police officers. What is the difference between these two groups? One was for Donald, and one was against dictators. Republicans for decades have screamed at the top of their lungs about the Second Amendment. But the First Amendment is first, because it's the most sacred. Many in our country are scared, because this president's immigration party is not what any of you asked for. You were told that he was going to remove the most violent criminals in our community. He's terrorizing families, chasing farm workers through fields, going to day labor sites, turning over car washes. Nobody asked for this. And now, using our Constitution, he has to pay for this. I was an impeachment manager in the second impeachment of Donald Trump. And I'll never forget what happened the night before we started the trial. We were in a small room just off the Senate floor, and an IT vendor team came in. They weren't affiliated with either party, they were just a contract team who came in to make sure that the room that the managers was using had all the IT needs that we'd use for the trial. So they walked us through the laptops, the printers, how to use the TV. Of course, as one of the youngest on the team, I had to ask for the Wi-Fi password. I was told it was under the network name managers. And so I pulled the IT vendor aside, who was probably 23, 24, after their presentation, and I said, I have to be honest, this is really impressive. We just impeached him, and you have this fully functioning room ready for us to go. And without any irony, he looked at me and he said, well, we were the team that did the first impeachment, and we figured you all would be back, so we just left everything up. We know who this guy is.
Yeah, we do.
And we are coming back for a third time. So if you aren't doing everything that the Constitution gives you to do to hold a mad king accountable, you're not doing it right. He's got to go. He's got to go. He has got to go.
He has got to go.
He has got to go. He has got to go. He has got to go.
He has got to go. He has got to go.
And we're not helpless to make that happen. Small victories are going to bring us big victories. We're seeing the small victories, like winning in Wisconsin when Elon Musk spent $30 million there, and the voters there, with their help, said democracy will not be bought. We're winning in the courts. Donald Trump is getting his ass kicked in the courts. He's losing in front of Trump-appointed judges. And the press is still fiercely reporting. 60 Minutes, credit to them. They were told, stop covering him negatively, and they keep doing it. We need more independent-minded journalists who are not going to cave or fold to Donald Trump. And you are showing up at the town squares. I'm doing 2 town halls a month in Republican districts. I'll be in Orange County in Young King's district next week. 2,000 rallies today to say no king in America, no king ever. And we're gonna march with those small victories to New Jersey and Virginia this November and win the governor's races there. And then we're gonna win the midterms. And then we're gonna get to work. So many more will be wrongly imprisoned or arrested over the next few years. But what Donald Trump does not get is that while he might have the power to take away an individual's freedom, he'll never have the right to take away all of our voices.
No, he won't.
That's the first promise of America. And to that I say, we surrender to no one and never to a mad king. I'm all in. I know you're all in. He has got to go. Thank you.
He has got to go. He has got to go. He has got to go. He has got to go.
Thank you, Mayday.
He has got to go. Swalwell! 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 Swalwell!
Great, guys. I mean, that's what this is all about. It's about holding government officials, members of Congress, to do the right thing. It's about holding them accountable. And in this case, it's about impeaching, convicting, and removing Donald Trump. Let's give it up for the congressman one more time. Just a few more remarks by our lovely Hannah Markley.
All right, so I have another demonstration to get to, so I'm going to cut this live feed, but we'll be live again.